He looked out across the ocean, the moon providing just enough light for him to see the stone in the water about 20 feet from shore. Although he had been coming here for years, he had never seen a stone there. It was a very sandy beach. Curious, he threw some sand at it, but it didn't move. Eventually, he decided to wade in the water just a foot or two to find a rock to throw at it. After hesitating at the shoreline, he decided that he was just being paranoid. So he quickly ran in, felt around, and grabbed a couple of rocks before darting back out. After he collected himself, he threw them at it. But again, nothing happened. He tried to walk back to his car and forget it, but he couldn't, instead pacing around in the parking lot before walking back. He half expected and wished the stone to be gone when he returned, but it was still there. So he walked back and forth on the beach before he got an idea. He rushed up to the dunes and looked around until he found a nice long stick. After pausing at the shoreline again, he took a deep breath, shrugged his shoulders, and waded in. The beach was fairly shallow, so he didn't have to swim out. However, by the time he was out 10 feet, the water was up to his waist. At 15, he prepared his stick and stuck it out at 16. Again, it stayed still. So it is just a stone. Yet it seemed like that thought acted more like reassurance than anything. He looked back towards the beach and there was still no one there. He was so isolated that no one would hear him scream if anything happened. Oh, this is crazy. I'm just gonna go over and touch it. After slowly wading through the water and stalling one more time, he finally placed his hand on it. Well, that was disappointing. He made his way out of the water, up the beach, through the path, and out to his car. However, as he turned it on and started to pull out, he looked over towards the beach, the stone lingering in his mind. One more look. He parked the car, leaving the door open and the keys in the ignition, and walked out to sea. However, once he reached the beach's crest, he noticed how the clouds had moved, allowing the moon to shine more clearly on it. So, he decided to move down to the shoreline to appreciate its incredible beauty. Once there, he remembered how he didn't really get a true sense of how the stone felt, so he started to wade back out. This time, he didn't hesitate but rather fully embraced it, admiring its beauty and texture. He felt all around and even got on top and laid on it. Then, he looked up at the stars and realized that he had never gotten such an amazing view. The sight made him feel happy and relaxed, so he continued to lay there for a little while longer. When people arrived the next day, they found a car with the keys in the ignition and its driver's side door open. Initially, they thought that someone was out on a walk or swim, but eventually, when no one showed up, they reported it to the police. Thankfully, the wallet was there too, so they quickly identified the man. Volunteers and police combed the area but found nothing. He was never seen again. The night after he went missing, a woman decided to visit her beach. She had had a busy, stressful day and just wanted to get away from it all. She crested the beach and was confused when she saw a stone in the water about 15 feet offshore that she had never seen before.